Woo! What's going on, guys? Arms Form coming at you guys here with another video, and I got a couple videos that I'm going to be putting out right now. I'm a couple days behind. Sorry about that, guys. Weekend was a little hectic, but I'm doing Detroit Lions training camp, day 7. Happened a couple days ago. I believe it was the Sunday. That happened. No, the intensity level was down. They had 2 days prior to that where they were fully practiced, fully padded, and they took it down a notch or two for day 7. And I think they were just in shells. I don't even think they even put full pads on. So it was mainly a walkthrough practice with some different players getting looks, some walkthroughs, some individual drills. And thanks to guys like Eric Schlitt, John Macaron, Tim Twentyman, Mike O'Hara, Risden, Jeremy Reisman, Dave Burkett for putting out the info so I can give it out to you guys. A little over an hour practice on day 7. Individual drills, the main focus, like I said, walkthroughs too as well. So the attendance injury, Marvin Jones, NFI, we know he's back, but on day 7, yes, he was still on the NFI list. Emmanuel Mosley on the pup, still Hendon Hooker on the NFI list as well. Decker and Ragnow, the 2 seasoned veterans on our O-line, got the day off. Big V was back, Halapuli Vaitai. Antoine Green and Jamison Williams were back. James Houston and Jalen Reeves-Maybin back too as well, but limited. I think Houston was limited. Maybin, not really too sure. I guess the practice was a little bit far out, so didn't really. A lot of the beat writers didn't get a really good look at that, but I did read that Houston was limited for sure. And then Tom Kennedy, the wide receiver, the fan favorite of this Lions fan base, cleared waivers, back with the team. He's on IR. Essentially, pretty much his season's over. Maybe he can come back. Who knows how that works? But he's back on the team and he's on the IR right now. And he was seen with a shoulder sling after making that nice catch, falling on the ground hard on his arm and shoulder. So who knows, man? Will he eventually get an injury settlement? They're going to keep him on the IR. More to come, but Tom Kennedy back with the team, got hurt. Then the walkthrough groups, it basically was 2 groups, starters with the primary reserves, some second team players, and then third team guys mixed in as well. Then the O-line depth, this is what Campbell's looking for. He's looking for O-line. He's looking for a guy to stand out as the reserve pretty much. We know who our starters are, guys. It's not hard to figure out. We've got Ragnow, Jonah Jackson. The right guard is kind of open, and left tackle with Decker. And then Sewell being that right tackle, who's on he's on concussion protocol right now. So who knows when he comes back? We'll see what happens with him. I think he might even have a concussion, so it could be a little bit longer. But we'll talk about that maybe within a day or 2. But that's what Campbell's looking for. He's looking for someone to stand out. So they put out there. They had some guys on rest, some guys banged up. So they had Matt Nelson at left tackle, Jonah Jackson at left guard, Graham Glasgow at center, Vaitai at right guard, and then Herman Ifedi at right tackle. Iwasika was swapping with Vaitai when Vaitai was getting some rest. So I think maybe they're trying to limit Vaitai a little bit too as well. So that's what Campbell's looking for. He's looking for someone to stand out because we want to know who that first, second, third offensive lineman is coming off the sidelines and coming into the game to give somebody a rest or just a certain package, whatever they're doing at the time, situational ball. So is it going to be Matt Nelson coming in right away? Is it going to be Ifedi? Is it going to be guys like Iwasika? So those guys are, they're trying to find that 1, 2, 3 guys that can come off the sidelines and get a couple reps that give somebody a blow, just to give somebody some rest, or like I said, certain packages. So someone has to stand out, and they're not really. One hasn't really done that for Campbell yet, but he was praising guys like Iwasika, Colby Sorsdal, and Logan Stenberg, who I think Stenberg is pretty much going to be. He's on a camp bubble, but if Campbell's liking what he's doing, then he's liking what he's doing. But at least he's praising a couple guys, but no one's really stood out to him just yet. So the rookie's still getting looks as well. It was a slow day, like I said. A lot of walkthroughs, individual drills, no hitting. So, but Broderick Martin is really getting more opportunities out there. He's more and more getting first team looks, and his development is coming along faster than normal. If he's getting first team looks, they're thinking more and more that he could possibly be a starter. Not locked in. He is not. He's not locked in. It is not in ink that he is on the first team defense, but he's getting better. And And that's good. And Broderick Martin was a guy that everybody, including myself, scratched my head on as a day 2 pick. He was a fifth, sixth, maybe 7th round pick going into this draft. But like I've talked about 1,000 times, like we've said in many podcasts, many videos, Holmes doesn't care about our draft grades or where we think guys should get drafted. That's Brad Holmes doesn't look to us for that type of advice. So he likes a guy, he's gonna go get him. And so far, Martin has been playing pretty well. You know, not the perfect prospect, but he's been standing out there, not only because he's a massive human being at 6'5", 330 plus pounds. It's just he's making plays. So that's what we want him to do. So he's looking for Martin to stack those days. He came out and said it, and he said, but keep an eye on Isaiah Bugs and Benito Jones. They're still very heavily in the mix for starting probably next to Aleem McNeil. So, you know, there's a good little camp battle going on with Martin, Bugs, and Benito Jones. So let's keep an eye on that. Hopefully Martin can pull through, because I'm pulling for the kid, because I know a lot of people destroyed Holmes in that draft pick. Then Jack Campbell, he's starting during walkthroughs too. It looks like this is going to be a permanent thing. I told everybody that this kid was going to win a starting job over guys like Rodriguez and Barnes, and so far it's looking like it's early still, but it's looking like he's in there. So, you know, I would put his name in definite heavy pencil right now. Heavy pencil where it's hard to really erase, because I don't think he's coming out of that number 1 spot next to Anzalone. So, you know, you got your linebacker 1 and linebacker 2 right there, Anzalone and Jack Campbell, the rookie out of Iowa. So, you know, he's been with the ones for a week now, and I don't think he's going to give it up. I really don't, man. I just think this kid's going to be special. And then Brian Branch, he's rotating in and out at different spots. On the first team D, you know, during walkthroughs, he's a guy that's going to be tough to keep off the field. We'll talk about that later too. And then Jahmyr Gibbs and Laporta getting starter reps too as well, rotating, you know, and with Montgomery, and then Laporta rotating with guys like Mitchell, Brock Wright. So, but they're getting starter reps, they're getting rotational reps, you know. So 5 of the 6 draft picks so far are getting heavy looks as team 1 on offense and defense. So you got to love that so far early in camp. Campbell is looking for the rookies to be able to handle the pressure, though. He wants to see who makes mistakes. Like, he wants to see who can go out there, who can fight through adversity, pretty much. Like, who's going to make a mistake, who's going to bounce back, who keeps making mistakes. And right now, he's kind of, you know, he's trusting these rookies right now, because he's not seeing a ton of mistakes. There's mistakes out there, obviously, but he's not seeing ones that just continue. So a rookie makes a mistake, you don't see it again. So, you know, the guys like Jack Campbell, if he makes a mistake, he's going to clean that up, and he's not going to do that again. So Brian Branch, same thing. Martin, they're all not perfect players. Don't get me wrong here. They're guys that are going to make mistakes, but they're not continuing making mistakes. There's a trust issue with Dan Campbell, and he's trusting more and more of these rookies. So another good look and another great find by Brad Holmes finding these guys. So that was really it, guys. There wasn't a lot to day 7. It was, you know, the intensity level was pushed all the way down to the ground. They hit prior to that for 2 days, and they just did some walkthroughs, some individual drills. There wasn't a lot to report. It was pretty. It was just an over hour practice, you know, because these practices can go longer. Obviously, I think they're allowed to practice for 2.5 hours. So this was a quick one. So, you know, Dan Campbell had his guys out there for a bit, doing some walkthroughs, shaking some rust off, and then, you know, called it a day. So it was a quick one, guys, just like this is a quick video. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming in the video and checking me out, talking about our beloved Detroit Lions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos up top. Don't forget to like, comment, share this out. Thanks a lot, guys. Day 8 coming in a little bit. So thanks a lot, guys. Boom. Detroit Lions, one pride, baby. Bam. Let's go.